Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Pancha Tattva Jaya Pancha Tattva Pancha Tattva Jaya Pancha Tattva Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol जय श्रीला गुरु महाराज की जय जगत गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Jay Lakshmi. Where are the others? What is happening to them? Everybody in Damodar Arti or what? Only 3 of you are there.
Mataji Navneet Prabhu will join shortly. He's in
Oh.
office call.
Okay. I think everybody will join in another 5 minutes. Okay. So yesterday we saw, last week we saw that how the work cannot bind Krishna. Krishna is beyond karma, whereas we also saw from Indra to Indragopa. Everybody is bound by karma by any small activity they do. But Krishna is not bound. And what is the relationship between Krishna and the material nature is what we have been seeing all these verses. 4th verse, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Today's verse also, 10th verse, is talking about Krishna's relationship with the material nature. After that, we will see that how the fools, they don't accept Krishna, and wonderful Mahatmas, good souls, they accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because, see, the intelligent person will know that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Who's unintelligent, who think Krishna is an ordinary person. So that is what will be the next verse. So next section begins from 11th verse. But this 10th verse we will see. Very nice. Very, very regularly quoted verse by Srila Prabhupada. Whenever he is talking about material nature, he talks about this verse. Hmm. Can anybody guess the verse? The material nature, which is one of my energies, this text 10. So he said the karma cannot bind me. After that, this material nature, which is one of my energies, is working under my direction, O son of Kunti, producing all moving and non-moving beings under its rule. This manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. So this material nature, which is one of my energies, is working under my direction. O son of Kunti, producing all moving and non-moving beings under its rule, this manifestation is created. So Krishna has external energy, material energy, and what is she doing? Under her rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated, again and again, created and creation, destruction, created this. But that is Krishna's energy, and it is working under whose direction? So somebody may direct, okay? For example, when you see a construction going on, a big apartment is being constructed. When you go there and see, you will not directly see the engineer. You will be seeing so many laborers who are carrying cement and sand mixture. One person sitting there and mixing the sand and cement. Like this, you will see some labor working. So if you think The laborer is the one who is creating. That is the foolishness. Because there is a owner of that building, there is an engineer of that building. They may not be visible in everyday activities. They may not be openly visible, but under their direction, only the laborer is working. When the owner says, okay, no need anymore the construction, then it is stopped. So, oh Krishna, not feeling that. Okay. So when we see a construction, we may think like that. So similarly, here we may think the material nature only externally may be looking like as if it's working, but who under whose direction is Krishna's directly claiming is working under my direction, is one of my energies. Krishna has many energies, in which the material nature is one of Krishna's energy. And two things it is doing: producing all moving and non moving beings. Second, what it is doing is created an annihilation. Producing all moving and non moving beings, that is point number one. Point number two, under its rule, manifestation is created and again and destroyed again and again. Okay, let us see this verse. Very, very important verse. Prabhupada has quoted this so many times in Bhagavatam, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, and so many small books everywhere. How the world is happening, how the world is moving, everything is moving under the direction of Krishna. So, in order to point this out, Prabhupada quotes this verse so many times. Whenever you're doing your memory verses, I'm going to have a separate exam on memory verses. That will not be testing your memory, but where do you apply which sloka? So, mechanically, if you read and put it, that is not of a use. You should be able to quote it appropriately. Okay. Look at this. Please repeat Bhagavad Gita 9.10. Mayadhyakshena prakriti
Maya
Maya
Dakshena Prakriti
Prakriti
सूयते च चराचरम्
Suyate
Suyate
Saracharam
Characharam
हेतुनानेन कौन्तेय
Hetunanena Kaunteya
Kaunteya
जगत् विपरिवर्तते.
Jagat
Jagat
Viparivartate.
Viparivarte.
This material nature, which is one of my energies, is working under my direction, O son of Kunti, producing all moving and non moving beings. Under its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. Read the purport.
It is clearly stated here that the Supreme Lord, although aloof from all the activities of the material world, remains the Supreme Director. The Supreme Lord is the Supreme Will and the background of this material manifestation. But the management is being conducted by material nature. Krishna also states in Bhagavad Gita that of all the living entities in different forms and species, I am the Father. The father gives seeds to the womb of the mother for the child, and similarly, the Supreme Lord, by his mere glance, injects all the living entities into the womb of material nature, and they come out in their different forms and species, according to their last desires and activities. All these living entities, although born under the glance of the Supreme Lord, take their different bodies according to their past deeds and desires. So the Lord is not directly attached to this material creation. He simply glances over material nature. Material nature is thus activated and everything is created immediately. Because he glances over material nature, there is undoubtedly activity on the part of the Supreme Lord. But he has nothing to do with the manifestation of the material world directly. This example is given in the Smriti.
Just a second, there is some error in my browser. It is scrolling half up. 1 second. This example is given. Okay.
Okay. This example is given in the Smriti. When there is a fragrant flower before someone, the fragrance is touched by the smelling power of the person. Yet, the smelling and the flower are detached from one another. There is a similar connection between the material world and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Actually, he has nothing to do with this material world, but he creates by his glance and ordains. In summary, material nature without the superintendence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead cannot do anything. Yet the Supreme Personality is detached from all material activities. Krishna.
Tat Sat. Okay. So here Krishna is aloof from the material world. He doesn't touch matter. He always remains spiritual. Material world made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, ego, intelligence is the gross elements, and every activity is karma, and the three modes of material nature acts on these elements. Okay, fine. Now, does Krishna has anything to do with this? No, he actually is Satsid Anand Vigraha. He is fully spiritual and he doesn't touch matter. He has his energy and agents to do activities here. But at the same time, Krishna is conscious of all the living beings and he knows what exactly is going on in every atom. And he is also present as Paramatma in every atom. But still, he remains still spiritual and remains aloof. Aloof means he doesn't touch the matter. At the same time, he is conscious. This is very, we can say, contradictory. This is a science of God, a portion of science of God, which we can see full of contradiction, which is not possible by humanly or any other being. It is not possible. So this is God. This is God. So even though he is aloof from everything, but still everything is working under his direction only. So here, aloof from all activities of the material world remains supreme director. He is directing it. The supreme Lord is in the supreme will and background of this material manifestation. But the management is being conducted by material nature. Krishna also states that Bhagavad Gita that of all the living entities in different species, I am the father. So in other place, Krishna is telling, Pita, Pravita, sorry, what is that? Aham bija pratapita. I am the seed giving father. So the living entities are being injected in this material world by the glance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here Krishna is telling, I am the father of every living entity which is there in the material world. So the father gives the seed to the womb of the mother, and similarly, the glance of the Lord is injecting the living entities in the womb of the material nature, and they come out in their different forms of species according to their desires and activities. See, the desire and activity, karma and the desire, both put together. Huh? All these living entities, although born under the glance of the Supreme Lord, take different bodies according to their karma, past deeds and desires. Hmm? So the Lord is not directly attached to the material creation. He simply glances over the material nature. The material nature is thus activated. Generally, matter is not dynamic, it is static, it is dead. You can see. Have you ever seen a table automatically move? A chair automatically move? Unless there is a remote control, there is a human being who's controlling that. They will attach a controller, they'll attach a sensor, and then you will make, like nowadays, no, even sweeping the floor, everything, mopping, sweeping, everything is done by robos. So this robo, you see, as if it looks automated, but actually there is a charging station. You went and installed it there. Then you set right where and all it has to go and sweep and mop and all that. After that, with the uh, behind that, it looks so automated, but behind that there is human being always. There is always a human being. Through remote control, they say smart, smart. No, it's not smart. Through the mobile phone, you're controlling it from some other place. So it's being controlled. It is not independently operable. Same way, the material nature is jada prakriti or the inert matter. They cannot operate on their own, but it becomes activated by the glance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But yes, so even though he is the reason for this activation, its creation, hmm, the Lord is just glancing. That is one of the activity, but still he remains transcendental, and he doesn't personally involve in the direct creation in the material world. So another example is given. One is the father injecting the semen in the mother's womb. Another is this example is given in the Smriti, where the fragrant flower, there is a fragrant flower before someone. The fragrant is touched by smelling power of the person. See, you are there in your room, okay? There is some smell which is coming from somewhere. You may not be directly near that source of the smell, but you will be still smelling it, right? The fragrance may come from somewhere else. Hmm? But your nose is somewhere else, but the flower is somewhere else. But the flower is producing the smell, and your nose is somewhere else, but still it is being carried and you are able to smell it. Similarly, Krishna also, he is glancing over the material nature, and he's, of course, he is complete controller of the material nature, but still he doesn't personally involve. He doesn't dirty his hands by putting inside the karma and all this. Sahajiyas, they think Krishna is also body. Sorry, in the bodily concept, they accept Krishna. So what is the problem with that? Because they think that Krishna is directly dealing with the material nature, and he is getting involved in everyday activities of the material world. Even materialistic persons, of course, praying, they may pray to protect materialistic desiring result. That is one separate thing. But I'm talking about certain people whom I have seen from Delhi and all. They come to Vrindavan. They carry a small Gopal in their hand. There's no guru, nothing. And they say, Lala, my son, like this. They consider Krishna as, and the everyday activity of their family and everything, they think Krishna is getting directly involved in their karmic activities. So that is not truth. Krishna will not involve in any karmic activities. So smelling of the flower and is detached from this material world. At the same time, is conscious of what is going on. So there is a similar connection. But if you want to see Krishna directly getting involved, even though he stays aloof in a spiritual form, hmm, everything which he touches become transcendental. So it's no more material, no more karma. So when Krishna came here, when in manifested form, uh, we cannot call him avatar because he's avatari. When he came here, he mixed with Pandavas. He went and to Duryodhana. Next works we will see like Duryodhana and some people who cannot understand Krishna even and think that he is human person, human, ordinary human. They think they are fools. Krishna is telling fools. They cannot understand my transcendental position. Devotees they can understand, but non-devotees they cannot understand. So when Krishna comes here in the manifested form, even that time when he whatever he does becomes transcendental. His activities are never touched by karma or tinged by material ideas. Uh, okay. So there are smelling of flower detached. Actually, he has nothing to do with this material world, but he created with the glance, by his glance. In summary, material nature. So understand this relationship between memory, oh sorry, the relationship between Krishna and in summary, material nature without the superintendence of the Supreme Personality of God, it cannot do anything. Yet the Supreme Personality of God is detached from all material activities. So very contradictory subject. He is in charge. At the same time, he doesn't directly get involved in doing things. Okay, so here there are two analogies given in this purport. So from verse number 4 till verse number 9, I asked you to individually prepare. So how many of you have prepared? Om Govindarai, can you come present? Some analogy, any one analogy which is your favorite? He is driving. Okay. Akarshak Sri Hari Prabhu. How many? Okay, just lift the hand, whoever prepared.
Mataji partially completed, not for all verses.
Okay, Abhiram Mangal, Jayalakshmi.
Same Mataji for up to 9.7.
Okay. There is nothing much, only 4 or 5 analogies will come. 3, 4 analogies will come, that's all. In this purport, there are 2 analogies totally. This is very, very important because in generally in thematic, what is the relationship between explained by Bhagavad Gita about, Krishna about in Bhagavad Gita about his relationship with the material world. So, how does he function inside this material world? How everything happens in this material world. So these analogies which Prabhupada is giving here are considered as important ones to explain to anyone when you talk about the relationship between material world and this. Okay, so I'll do one thing. Abhiram and Jayalakshmi, Disha, they have prepared something. So I'll divide it into groups. You take this 2 analogy also, compile it, don't mechanically compile. And when every time Navneet comes, he takes up. Not like that. You should take turns. Everybody should actively participate, and everybody. I will ask anybody to present. Okay? It's not that you will decide somebody to present. You all should learn what is there properly. I'll give you enough time. Just go nicely prepare all the analogy list, because immediately we'll go to Avajananti Mam Muda Manush. People, there is next section. We may go there, jump into that. Then we may keep track of this. We may miss to keep track of this. So all of you, because in your exams, when you come to final exams, mostly I'm giving you questions based on these exercises which you do. If you carefully note it down in a notebook or remember it, then it is very easy for you to pass the exam. Because a relationship between material world and not mechanically do it. Don't do it like academic education. Take some interest and try to learn about Krishna. Then it is very easy for you to pass the exam which I am giving. Okay. So do that with sincerity. All of you pay attention, because later the same similar thing is going to come in your exam also. So then at that time you may get less marks or whatever it is, because you may fail to notice certain aspects in the purports which are important. Now I am dragging your attention into those portions of the purports. So that is the thing. Some purports are maybe 4 paragraphs, 5 paragraphs, sometime 2 paragraphs, 3 paragraphs. So in this way, full chapter, there are like 6 chapters you have to prepare. So you may lose track. So when we do every section, I am drawing your attention into certain aspects of the purport, certain aspects concepts which you need to understand. So generally the questions arise: what is the relationship between Krishna and material world, and which of the analogy? So what is the analogy which is, so you'll be able to immediately easily select it, even if you have not thoroughly studied line by line. You remember line by line. Of course, you need to read thoroughly. Understanding is more important than memory. So people search and find using some AI tool or something like that. But these things, unless you're a human, unless you have really understood, you cannot take up the exams which I am giving. So kindly pay attention when I am asking you to dragging your attention into certain aspects. Maybe you people can have a notebook and note down whenever I am giving you like this class assignments. Just note it down so that when you come to exam, it's very easy for you. Okay. Okay. So I'll divide it into Govindarai may not speak. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ayan Mandal is in listening mode. So Om Govindarai can go in one batch and Ayan Mandal can go in one. So only 2, I'll divide it into 2. Yeah, okay. One more assignment I gave you for 6th chapter, 6 chapters. I don't know. Okay, we'll discuss this later. You have to do it for the entire Bhagavad Gita. Okay. If you do it now for the six chapters, it is very easy. Otherwise, Bhagavad Gita final exam, you will have trouble. So for Bhagavad Gita final exam, you have to give chapter summary for 18 chapters, and you also have to provide all the questions and answers given by Arjuna. So if you go into some AI tool and ask it to do, it will take some Mayavadi. One time somebody came and did the Narsingadev drama with some Mayavadi dialogues. So it may happen like that. No, you cannot. So you have to go through once at least. So I'm trying to help you by making you for six chapters you complete and keep, so that at the end you will not have trouble. Hmm? Okay. Anyway. Rooms. Iron Mandal, Disha. Okay, Abhiram Mangal, Akarshak, Sri Hari, Om Govindarai and Sumedha in one room. Ayan Mandal, Disha Agarwal, Jagannath Jivapalak and Jayalakshmi. Don't clash, Disha and Jayalakshmi, don't clash. You just see what you have done, you compare it. If any of you have left anything. Now add the 10th sloka also. 10th verse also has two analogies. And each of the analogies specifically describes some special aspect. So you should nicely compare the analogy with the relationship of Krishna with the material world. So this is Krishna, this is material world, and this is how he is connected with the material world. This is how is the relationship. Like that. Clearly and nicely, you should be able to explain. Minimum 5. But actually, there's more than 5. I think 6 totally you may get 5 or 6. So whatever it is, do it. Okay? Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Room 1.
Hare Krishna. Namaneet Prabhu, you just joined room number 1. Okay, Hare Krishna. Were you able to complete the task?
Mataji, for our group, we took up individually and we can present like individual.
Okay.
We
All of
couldn't
you have
collate
taken
it
full notes
together.
till 10th verse?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay,
Yes,
very good.
Mataji.
Okay, what about the other group, Jay Lakshmi?
Finished Mataji till 10th.
Very good, very good. Okay, so I'll randomly ask one analogy per person, and the other person, next person, should not repeat the previous analogy. Okay? Starting with Sumedha, tell one analogy. What is the relationship between Krishna and the material nature, material world, or external energy, material world, creation, whatever?
Mataji, Sumedha Mataji may be in listening mode. I think she has some Shaina Arti where she's standing also. That's what she said. Abhiram Prabhu, you want to talk what we discussed, Prabhu?
Yes.
Navaneet, I told that it shouldn't be a person who is presenting. I'll
No,
ask
no, Mataji. I just said Sumedha Mataji was not available.
these points come in the exam, and some people only, when I see the groups, no, only one or two people are active. Rest everybody is just keeping quiet and they finish, and outside also the same person is presenting every time. So this is not, everybody should be empowered. Okay, Jagannath Prabhu, give one analogy. Okay, we'll do one thing. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. All of you have taken notes, no? All of you should have the notes with you. What you do is, in the WhatsApp group, in our Bhakti Shastri WhatsApp group, whoever comes first, everybody should put one analogy, but previously that analogy shouldn't be repeated. I don't want Jailakshmi to put right now, and I also don't want Abhiram should be second last and Jayalakshmi should be the last, because they already did it. Disha also did something. So I want it. First should be Sumedha, Jagannath, Akarshak, Ayan Mandal. Then comes Navaneet, then Disha, then Abhiram, then Jayalakshmi. So in this way, each one of you put an analogy, and if somebody had repeated already 6 analogies are completed, the last person can list it down in their own read their own thing. At least one analogy each one should put. Especially those who don't talk much. Sumedha don't talk much. She comes, of course, she talks nowadays. She reads. Very nice presentation skill she has, but she's hiding always. So Sumedha, first, who else? Akarshak Prabhu, Jagannath Prabhu, Ayan Mandal. Second, after Sumedha, Ayan Mandal Prabhu, Jagannath Prabhu, Akarshak Prabhu, all of you should do it. Because you didn't do the exercise also. Jayalakshmi, Abhiram and Disha did something. Others didn't do. So others have to put one analogy without touching the previous analogy put by the person. Means the student will go and they will tell one analogy. Very clearly, everybody should understand what it actually means, and which sloka, which purport it is coming, you should mention. Or directly sloka also. There is one analogy directly in the sloka, given by Krishna directly. So that also should be quoted. Okay? All of you understood? Put voice message in the group. Because it's already 8:30 now. So all of you should put the voice message. Done?
Okay, Mataji.
Okay.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Okay, let us lovingly offer our respectful obeisances and to all the Vaishnava devotees who have engaged us so nicely in reading the scriptures, understanding very, very complicated topics which are not even understood by great rishis and munis. They are all confused. But Srila Prabhupada and our Acharya Parampara, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Guru Maharaj, they are making us understand these complex topics very, very easily by giving some example, analogy, and a miniature language, which is English. So we have to really, really grateful for them. And we are sitting in the comfort of our own home and we are doing it online. It's even more a blessing. So we should really thank them from heart. Let us offer our loving, respectful obeisances and show our gratitude. Pray for more and more mercy. Okay. Vaishnav Pranam. Vancha
वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय।
जय
आचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय।
जय
चैतन्य महाप्रभु की जय।
जय
पाद की जय। गुरु
जय
जय
निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि
हरि
बोल।
हरि
हरि
बोल।
बोल
Whoever is living somewhere near Chennai can go to Chennai sometime to meet Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj is stationed, I think Bhishma Panchaka only he will come to Bhishma Panchaka only he'll come to Mayapur. Till then he'll be only in Chennai and he's staying in the temple only. So every day, almost every day he's giving some class. So you can find out his schedule and then if you have connection with Chennai temple, it will be very good. If you know somebody, find out, then you can go there. Hare Krishna. Especially those who are in South India, I mean. Hare Krishna.